What's going on, guys? It's me, Lex Talionis123. At a temporary setup during the holiday times. Yeah, we're chilling, we're vibing. I thought I'd do a little casual video. The other day I was playing Minecraft and I was streaming it, and we were joking about DMCA, and I joked about playing like my first ever video. It's copyright strike on YouTube, so I was joking about playing that during the stream. I went back today to look at like my oldest video and rewatch it. Boy, is it cringy. We're not going to watch it. One, because DMCA, and two, because I think I've reacted to it in a different video. Today, though, I thought it'd be fun to react to old Fortnite videos, because I went back and watched one. It's just so different. So I think we'll play some, different times throughout the years and see what's cooking, see what's changed. Just look at it,
Rip that guy. Oh wow, you can't take out
Definitely
everybody.
not hitting anything from this range. What did you say, Marius?
You hit someone with that grenade?
I don't think so.
How do I?
You did, bro.
Guys, I'm a god at getting down. Like,
We're not gonna look at my shots just then, but the lack of building that people chose to do, because like I had mats, that guy probably had mats. In the last video I watched, people had mats, and we just didn't build back then. It's so interesting. It really is.
oh yeah. I see him. They're going to 85.
I don't know why it seems so odd, but the man's just like running through a field, and the game map is just so much less populated than nowadays, I feel. Like this is just a bunch of grass and 2 rocks, and they went, that'll work, that'll do.
Hey, dude, you're by yourself.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not up at them. I just wanted them to stop so I wouldn't have to keep running after them.
Oh, this is another thing that's interesting to think about. So like, it was a very slight play, but I was like, I'm gonna shoot at them so they realize there's a possible fight and maybe slow down since my teammates aren't here. And the level of strategy in game is what's changed, but also I'd say it's less nowadays because everybody's so cracked at like the combat side of things. It makes it so this like the regular game strategy doesn't matter, because if I can like tarp in and whatnot and crank 90s at any moment, then it's like most I have to do is try not to get pinched. It's not like I'm gonna shoot at this person so they like slow down, they think I'm a solo, and then my team will come in, we'll all spray them, and it'll be dope. It's not like that anymore.
Okay. I'm not gonna shoot.
Oh, I was literally lining up a shot.
Oh, there's 2 people. There's a
Yeah.
guy just above him.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say about myself. It's interesting because I would say that I've always been like a nicer gamer, a nicer teammate than the average gamer. But when watching this video and other videos, I'm even nicer now in comparison to then. And I don't think that the average player has gotten more nice as well, like scaled with me. I think I've just like looked at myself and like things I've done and like chose to play differently or talk differently. It's interesting to think about because like here, let me say why I brought this up.
I'm not gonna shoot.
Oh, I was literally lining up a shot.
Just like even it wasn't even that mean or anything, but like the intonation of my voice is like I was literally lining up a shot. And it's like I could have just been like, oh, I was about to shoot. Good thing you said that or something. And it's like just like little things, even about myself that has changed. Not even just for
There's a
Yeah.
guy just above
this is another thing, the lack of AR ammo. I was thinking to myself, why is there so little spraying and so little building for cover? And I think it might just be because there's no AR ammo in the game. Because the last video I watched as well, there also wasn't a lot of AR ammo. Fortnite take out more AR ammo next season, possibly. I wonder if that would help. I mean, it would obviously make it so spraying is less of a problem, but the skill of players has changed, so it's not always that simple. POIs weren't as big as well. Even though there's the same amount of people per game, like back then, this POI loot lake consisted of a house and like 20 builds away from it, 2 buildings, and then like a few spaced out buildings all really far away, and they just called it like a POI. Also, I don't know if it's a coincidence. Actually, I'm gonna go with it's not a coincidence. I think there was much less heals at this point in time as well because the fights were so much slower and the damage per second on average in a game of Fortnite was so much lower. And I say that because this game is called One Tap because I kill like 4 people and I've only done 1 shot of damage to them. Like, look at my inventory. I would normally hold 2 types of heals, but I've only found 5 bandies.
Oh yeah, fresh builds right here. Nice.
So odd watching this fight. Like, just the skill level of everybody. And, like,
yeah.
because of the skill level, the way we play. Look at my health. I'm just, like, in there doing stuff regardless.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Chris,
He's
no.
one. He's one
Duh.
right now.
It's just so funny looking at all of our health. It's like, that's just how we played the game back then. We went, yeah, this is a normal amount of health.
Good
job, GG guys.
Yeah, I really ended the video like that. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's skip to about here. Oh, I haven't even brought this up. The UI is so different. It's so interesting to see. The UI is minimal, but it does everything it needs to do. I will say, every time Fortnite updates the UI, they add some new garbage thing that gets in the way, and I hate it every time.
You know I put my life out there.
Oh, there's a slurp here for you.
I got a shit.
Oh yeah, you good. No,
No, I want it. You said there was for me. Right?
actually, I just disappeared. Whoops.
Oh,
Well, what a shame.
that's weird.
Yeah, it is. Odd happenings.
I commented about it earlier about like the way I've changed, and it looks like I'm assuming me and T-Bone like know that I'm like not being mean about like not giving a shield or something. I think these days, if I said I was going to give somebody a shield and then later realized that they had the shield already, I'd probably still give it to them just because I don't care enough. Like if I have it or they have it, somebody on the team has it, so it doesn't matter. I speak more monotone. I think nowadays it's more clear when I'm joking or like that I'm being goofy. Because, like, I see this now from my point of view, and I'm like, I look kind of like, just like a little bit mean. Not in an active, mean way, just like a monotone mean.
Man, is there any rocket launchers for us, bro?
I have one.
Bro,
but-
no, when I say us, I just mean me. Uh-oh.
That's what I'm talking about. What was that? Like, I'm fairly sure I'm joking just because I don't think, like, all these people that I play with would take me being... I would call this semi-toxic from today's point of view. It obviously wasn't, because otherwise people wouldn't have played with me. I don't know, it's odd. It's just odd. Oh, this is explosives mode. I didn't even realize, boys. Okay, I think we're going to skip ahead farther, just because these ones, even though I skipped a decent chunk here, they seem to be the same type of gameplay as the last ones. And I want to see when the game has evolved, you know, like auto build and whatnot. And I know that this one's a very old one, so we're going to go even farther up. Okay, public match turned into scrim. This was like very out of the ordinary, and these people weren't that cracked, but they were building like it was a scrim, which wasn't something that happened all the
Okay,
time.
we're gonna do some...
The map changed drastically since the last time I saw it. Yeah, it's just that the map is just becoming more and more populated. The areas where it is just hills, even, they have more stuff. Like before, it would have been like pleasant, greasy, Loot Lake, salty, retail. I don't think this area was Potato Plains, which is just what I called it because it was just farmland and there was nothing there. And lonely as well, and fatal. Oh, and the other fields, yeah. And now we've got, like, just so much drastically more. Frosty Flights, Polar Peak, the remnants of Greasy, this little Christmas tree house, the Viking Village, Snobby, the soccer pitch, Pleasant, this little haunted house, that little haunted house, this little... I have to say compound, since before there would just be, like, one random house. But this is, like, 2 buildings. Maybe even 2 buildings and a garage. I don't remember. And I've just listed part of the map. I didn't even get into Tilted and Shifty. I listed this little section. Map has become much more dense. Which I don't think that one's too bad for the game. That one's more visuals than anything. And mats, but you could get 999 mats easily back in the day. Just nobody really had a reason for it. Okay, auto building is in the game now. But still, skill level wise, for me and the other players, it's not super high.
Did he just break my tibbies? He's trying to. He doesn't realize it's the lengths I will go to have this ball.
These balls are so useful. They're just like easy movement. But again, like, if this was in the game nowadays, it would be overpowered. But at this skill level in the game, it was just a nice thing to have. It didn't put you too far over another player without a ball, you know? Unless you're in scrims, then this was the most cancerous thing. Okay, here we go. We get to see my fighting skill levels. First, we can see that the enemy skill level it isn't that high. I did crank some 90s though, or the equivalent of 90s. I don't know if 90s were a thing at this point. But we definitely got way more building happening. But still, it's more like casual building out of necessity, not people that have practiced building all the time. There's a lot of base building. There's a lot less spraying as well, which I think might just be like a choice thing, because I've got enough ammo to spray. Actually, P90 might not do that much damage. Yeah, but I think people just choose not to spray as much. There's only one person spraying, and there's like 5 little houses built in this lobby. I think this is what scrims look generally like at the time, people just building boxes and sitting in them until the end. Because like my stream chat at the time said something about this being like a scrim lobby. And then I see a person like sneak in and being tactical. And I'm like, this man's scrimming. It's the way things have changed is wild. I feel like that's all I've been saying this video, but it's still accurate, you know? I will say though, personality-wise, I think at this point, I'm more like what I am now. I don't know why I was mean-ish, as I was saying earlier, but now I seem to just be goofing and having fun like I do nowadays. This is a game where we see what people trying to scrim looks like. Which, actually, this is a good marker, because this was like a very out of the ordinary game, but it still showed what the average player skill level was if they were attempting to play like a scrim player. Also, heals have increased since the last one we watched. Actually, to be fair, I don't know if heals have increased. Since I only have 4 minis, I didn't take any fights, and I was looting all around the map. So maybe there's still even more heals in today's games than in this video, even though this video has more heals than the last video. We're all just choosing not to fight because we're trying to last, and that's pretty much it. So weird.
What am I watching?
Honestly, my commentary in this video is pretty accurate to how I'm feeling right now.
Watching legitimate scrims.
My bad. I just wasn't expecting it. Wasn't expecting that fatty pump. Yo, pumps are just too good. I love just doing dumb damage. That's why I always use the pump. Nowadays and before.
Resources. Dude! I deserved all of those follows.
This was a pretty hype game, honestly. Like, stream-wise as well, just coincidental. But I feel like this was a good thing. Like, this specific one was a good thing to look at, because this was like a 1 in like 200 game. Like, nobody was ever going that hard trying to like build layers and whatnot. But it also shows like that the game is just based on what the community has made it. And this is where YouTube-wise, I started to fall off, I think. Oh, wait, no way. If I'm remembering this correctly, this video is in 2019. Man, the game really just got bad all of a sudden. And you can tell just by how many videos I'm posting. I've got more just random videos instead of like just casual videos. So this is 1 year. See, the last one was in May. This one's in March. Yeah, this is about a year later. I will say, looking at it from now, I know at this point in time, I still preferred the old map, but looking at it now, I like both maps, honestly. I don't think Season 1 map would be better, or is better, or would be better if it was brought back.
I'll take it.
It's been so long since I've heard the triple shot bursted. My brain was a little confused by it. My brain is like now rewired to hear 2 shots out of a burst. And hearing 3 was just odd to me just then. Yo, I love these cornfields. Because they were like just stupid fun, you know? Oh, that tracking was pretty solid, honestly. I think the reason I like the cornfields so much is it relied on an instinct that I think a lot of Fortnite players don't have. And so I appreciated it because I was like, this is cool. Also, I made it so I didn't have to crank because I was like, I'll take it.
I actually hate that gun.
Yo, shout back to when I hated that gun. Yeah, I like that gun nowadays. The tactical AR. And I think it's just because they made Bloom for PC. They might not have. This was an odd thing. I don't think I've posted anything about it, but I was playing for a long time and it just wouldn't let me shoot people. Like the Bloom just wouldn't work. And then I literally, like I hadn't gone in creative because I was like, they just made the Bloom worse. Because it was like after an update. And then I went into creative and out of creative one day just because something else was being weird. And when I got back into the game, my Bloom was fixed. During the time that the Bloom was broken, it seemed to be only broken on ARs, so I would only use the tactical AR, which was technically like an SMG, because its Bloom was fine for me. It was weird. Ooh, this is something interesting to think about. So I dormed with CJ my freshman year, and then Jonah my sophomore year. And that might be like a correlation point for when my personality changed a bit. Me and Jonah do like goof a bit more than me and CJ do in like a different way that I would say is more like actually comedic instead of just being stupid. Yeah, and I'd say there's like a bit more toxic joking with CJ. So maybe that just makes sense, you know? Surround yourself with people you want to be like, you know? Ooh, one thing that I believe they've brought back, just on what I'm seeing now, in like chapter 1, gold guns were gold guns. They were super rare, you know? And there's a time where you would find really good guns all the time. And this was one of those times. Like, I've just been walking around. I've barely done anything. I've gone to 2 places. I've got like a minimal amount, like just like a normal amount of kills, but I've got a gold P90 and a gold SCAR. And at this point, this was very boring because it's like if everybody has really good guns, you just like kill each other really fast and there's less tension. But recently they've brought it back where like rare guns are rare again. You know, I think we're going to dip from this video because I don't think I'm going to learn much else. Obviously, I don't have like as many videos to go through from more recent times because like there's been lots of technical issues and people just aren't as fun nowadays in game. But there was a huge chunk of time where my recording setup didn't work, but I still wanted to play Fortnite and have fun. And I realize now that gaming laptops are just a bit broken. They will like, there's something weird with the video cards showing things delayed. But there was a point in time where I played with Panda. I played with her like all the time and I just played on my laptop and I didn't have any like recording stuff going. And when I tell you I was an absolute beam, I mean I was an absolute beam. I'm talking like you'd have to ask Panda to corroborate, but I'm talking just barely sub TFU beams. I like people in the air. They'd be dead. They'd be dead. Just wanted to point that out because I don't think I will have anything proving it because I didn't record then. Hey, editing given here real quick. I just wanted to say I didn't have any footage to react to that would remind me of this. While editing, I realized the reason that I became a faster builder and more tryhard is because when Force Cross Platform started, I wasn't ready for how console players played, and they would either miss all their shots or hit all their shots. So as a precaution, I just built immediately, and when I got into a fight, I would shoot and then build for cover because I didn't want to get hit by a fatty shot from a console player. And the explanation for why I developed such a beam aim at that time was I don't watch a lot of Fortnite, but at that time I was watching Tfue, and I don't know, just from watching him, I went, so that's how I beam people, and I just did it. I don't know exactly what it was, but that's the only explanation I have for my improved aim. Let's watch something recently. This video is very recent. December 9th. This is this month. I will say it's very odd watching things from this perspective because normally, well, either I'm playing the game or I'm watching it right after I've played the game while editing it. And this puts me in so much more of a neutral point of view. I think during games, I'm like so much more tilted about things. Okay. My build speed has gone up significantly since last
I barely made it. Like,
fight we watched.
By the chinny chin chin of my hair because of this guy.
You can see a little bit of the beam.
He literally cuffed me, this guy.
Okay, no, you can see that my aim is better than the last video for sure. He's kind of balling on this guy. I will say right now, seeing this footage from my setup right now, because I'm not hooked up into Ethernet or anything, I tried playing earlier today. Yo, this looks like the freshest gameplay ever. I'm lagging all over the place nowadays. But in this, I'm just like, just vibing.
One more.
Bro, I'm out here. Like, I'm trying to pump myself up, but like, bro, I'm out here. Oh, Also, I don't know what the problem has been recently, but even when I've been hooked up to Ethernet, my computer's been being weird. Same thing with like the bloom problem I was talking about. It hasn't been letting me edit. And so it looks so fresh to see my game edit a wall. Yeah, quick tip. Don't get a laptop. Don't get a gaming laptop. They just are so broken for the most random problems. This is the third laptop I've had, and they've all... Actually, I can't even say that. I was going to say the first one played games good, but I wasn't at a skill level where I would have noticed if I was getting a little bit of input delay. I was coming off of using an old iMac, so the gameplay was smoother for me. But if I came from the game actually running as to the best of its ability, I don't know if I would say that my first laptop was good. But since being better at the game, I don't get a laptop, bro. These things, they have the most random problems. For no reason is the thing. They're good for general professional use. What do I mean by that? I mean, you can edit a video, you can play a game, but you wouldn't want to use it to do all of your editing or like do editing for a job or play games for like a competition. That's my comment on laptops, but you know what I will say about all of this? Regardless of how the game is at the time of playing it or whatnot, I'm happy with what I'm posting. Because, like, what I want to post is just me having fun playing games. All these videos have just been, kind of fun. You're kind of just vibing. Which, that's my target video type, and I'm hitting it. So I'm happy. I'm happy.
I'm down to fly away from the gorgers.
These gorgers are dumb annoying.
I think it's just annoying. Okay. Did this thing really follow me?
I will say, I don't think I've probably said it in a video before just by coincidence, but it's crazy rewatching stuff because I have the exact same thought process. Like the fact that I said the gorges are annoying and then the video played and I said it was annoying. The thing shot at me and I was like, yo, it really followed me? Like that's what I thought. And then I said it. And that is the case for even stuff like really long time ago. My brain just operates the same all the time, I guess. Oh, that is another thing I can say. Obviously, I'm much more cracked in this video. But also the last person, when I got in that build fight and was shooting him a bunch, like he was also absolutely cranking. Even though he wasn't hitting all of his shots, he's still cranking. And it's like, everybody's just been skewed to be tryhards in their building and shooting. And it's just kind of annoying. I know from the rest of this video, I just sniped more people. This was definitely fun, though. It's fun looking through and seeing how everything's changed. Me-wise, game-wise, player base-wise. Very fun, very fun. I hope you also thought it was fun. If you did, make sure to show your support. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.